Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season, 17, Week 2. Today, we're looking at Bladefury burgers taking on mac and cheese. We still got that weird replay bug where it just starts in the middle of pick phase. We've got one pick so far on the board already. Spoilers, there's going to be a Necro in this game. And as usual, with me here is the Dr. Dota, Randy.
Yes, hello.
That's not what I want to do.
You'd like to lead the game?
I don't think so. I didn't know Wizard was a chav. Interesting to hear.
He sure doesn't sound like one.
It's gonna be interesting to see that versus the Brit stack. Anyway, Wizard picking up the Necro here. Hollywood countering with the Abaddon, which you're probably gonna see very frequently in this sort of pick position. Banning out the Nyx, banning out the Disruptor, AA, Invoker. They're looking at a lot of things. They're protecting this Necro very hard. You gotta notice that immediately. Like, these are 4 heroes that really screw with the Necro in particular. They're trying to make absolute sure he has a game. Which is an interesting way to go about it. I was going to say for Ice, but I don't know if Ice's name right now is blacksportsonline.com. Would be a bit odd. Could be for Ice, it could be for Ramanolo. But either way, they're protecting the hell out of this Necro. On the other hand, Hollywood seems to mostly be trying to bring the hammer down on Wizard himself. Banning out the Witch Dark, the Undying, the Winter Wyvern. Also got rid of the Viper, which, I mean, isn't too surprising. And I don't want to have to play against that. Another... I mean, Night Stalker isn't that great in a Necro, all things considered, but that annoying AoE silence can get him sometimes at least. Being very protective. And also, that's one of the tools in the Majwani arsenal. I would be a little shocked if he wasn't playing the Abaddon, honestly. But, to be honest with you, so far, old Majwani has not really put in the impressive performance, of a lifetime outside of the Night Stalker and outside of the Pit Lord. So, getting rid of some of that pool is probably not a bad idea, all things considered. Whose dog do you think that is?
Dire team pick.
On the mac and cheese banner, I should say.
Radiant team pick.
Lion.
Making mistakes is the path to wisdom.
Oh, we're back. Oh, wow. That was a long one.
I had a feeling. I realized that alt-tabbing out was really slow, and it's like that usually happens when the screen share has died for no reason. PL ban here.
The whole call dies, it's not just a screen share.
That's good. Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Well, the question I asked you is, whose dog do you think that is?
There's a dog?
Yeah, on the mac and cheese banner.
Oh, yeah. Right. Maybe Carp?
Could be. I can see Carb having that dog. I'd also like to point out that the Bladefury Burgers banner isn't properly cropped.
It happens.
Necro Gyro. One thing I was talking about is they got a lot of bans to support that Necro here. They're definitely trying very hard to make sure Necro has as good of a game as possible. The Nyx, the Disruptor, which is also a Hollywood special, the AA, the Invoker, which is also a Carp special. All things that are just, you know, things that screw up the Invoker. Even the Night Stalker, which is probably more of a target ban. It's not that great against Necro, not that great right now anyway. But the Night Stalker ban just feels like they're putting a lot of stock into this Necro soup here. Banning out a lot for it. Hollywood mostly just going for Wizard himself, as you can see there. Oh, the PL and Viper ban as well. Saw the PL last week, I guess. Lion and Rubik. Yeah, it's going to be a core Abaddon, or it's going to be a core Rubik, but I know which one I put my money on.
Remaining.
If you're not running core Abba right now, it's kind of crazy. It's like when Windrunner was OP, like, you wouldn't run a support Wind.
Well, I think the idea is that if you have a bad core bad game, you flex some support.
I guess. You get
Those
max
do
flex in
exist.
3.
You know, if you've been looking at LeakCat, you know, not long ago you saw Bonus extolling the virtues of the old core of the old support Abaddon. Here we've got Death Prophet coming up here. Death Prophet, could be good against the Necro, which they're trying very hard to protect. It's going to be good against most things. I mean, it's a DP patch where DP is good. There's just not that many times when she's going to have an explicitly bad game. Same with Abaddon, really. Got a very push-oriented lineup. I don't know. That Oracle gives me heebie-jeebies with this lineup so far. Like, I feel like Hoodwink.
I hate
Core
Necro
Gyro?
DP. It's like unplayable for Necro.
Hoodwink. So it's going to be a Core Gyro. That's not something I was expecting.
Yeah.
I guess now that you can't just Heart Blade Mail on any old hero, he's viable as a pause one again. AM band.
Well, it's unplayable Necro game, so maybe Gyro can carry.
I don't think it's unplayable. I played the matchup before. It's not ideal. But you kind of got answers to all of her funny tricks. Most notably, if you don't get silenced and you're in the advantage position, you can actually you're one of the few heroes that can just tank through the Exo and just kill her. You can just, like, if you're up, especially if you've got the funny Shiva's Guard and she does not, which is also a very nice anti-DP item in general, but if you're up with the Necro and you don't get silenced, sometimes you're just able to, you know, Q shard, use one item, and then just put her down before she actually, like, gets away with it, before she gets healed or anything. Especially in a non-one-on-one scenario. Of course, if you do get silenced, you're done. If you do end up in a bad way, it can get very bad very fast, but I don't think you can't play around it. The caveat is, you have to play around it, but I don't think you're unable to play around it. Goodbye, Sniper.
Radiant team pick.
Goodbye, Faceless
I mean,
Void.
that's every matchup, right? It's like unplayable just means like 56%, not
Well,
like 80% Death Prophet into Wizard, yeah, into Necro.
I think there are some matchups where unplayable means, like, unless the other guy screws up.
10 seconds.
You know, that's the key difference here, I think. It's like, you can have a situation wherein the Necro outdoes the DP, and it's not DP's fault. You can have a situation where the Necro takes the advantage there, and it's not DP screwed up, which I think is the difference. Like, you know, the Jug Faceless Void matchup that we saw the other day, if Jug gets the upper hand, it's only because Void screwed up. There's not really a way he's going to take the advantage otherwise, if that makes sense. That's unplayable in my book. Hanging out on this last pick here. I like the Hoodwink, I think. It's a pretty solid support line in general. Lacking in the CC department, they're probably going to want to have somebody here that's going to make up for that a little bit. It's really, right now, they've got the... Go on.
Like, the Hoodwink pick confuses what the support lineup will be, because like, Hoodwink has to be a pause one in this lineup. Nothing else is. Like,
Gyro.
Gyro, I guess, but never.
It's probably
It doesn't make sense.
Gyro. Probably Gyro 1, Necro 2, Sand 3, I think.
5 seconds.
I mean,
I
if
just
you
don't think
really
whoever
look...
would play that in this game. Like, it's kind of my concern.
If you, well, I mean, what does a Hoodwink 1 do in any game? Is my concern.
Now select your hero.
There's old Muerta. Oh, I guess that's what we're going for. This will be very interesting to see. I can't say I'm all in favor of it, but let's see how it shakes out.
It's fine. He's against the Muerta. The hero's not great.
There's going to be Majwani on the Abaddon. See if this is one for the old Majwani pool. Which sounds sarcastic, but I really mean it. I mean, if he can't actually pull off a solid game on Abaddon, then that's a pretty decent card they have in their deck. Even if the guy's pool is pretty shallow, that's not a bad one to have in it. I think I like the Sand King here quite a lot, actually. It's like, again, unless he gets silenced or unless Rubik steals it for the best turnaround of his life, it's a pretty solid one, generally, I think. You know, you have especially really at the end of the day, you have 3 heroes that are just going to kind of casually die if Sand King is ulting near them. And
Yep.
at least 2 of those heroes, maybe not the Rubik, but the Muert and the Line, you know for sure, are going to be kind of clustered up in a fight. Yeah, it can be pretty confident that Death Prophet's going to eat a lot of damage. Who the hell is Ghidra? That ain't nice.
Ice isn't here, hence why our Wizard is going mid, I guess.
Guess so. It's very weird. Ice was like telling me to cast this game.
He wants,
guy-
he wants game 2, dude. He's gonna slap in game 2.
There we go. Oh, Wizard is sponsored by the entire concept of love and
This
peace,
is a good opportunity.
which is a direct competitor to this week's sponsor, Hate and War. If you love hate and you love war, then this is the show for you, baby. We're all hate lovers here.
Good luck, have a gun.
You know, if you think about it, it's probably kind of unfair that when Wizard put the Hyanani sponsor thing a couple of years ago, right? When he did that, he got positive coverage for it, and then when Warcarp put his sponsor as Anani's favorite, he got nothing but flamed for it. Lambert and Matt.
We lose. Fuck!
I'm so bored.
Lambert is bored, and it's not even 1 second into the game yet. It's -20, in fact. And it looks like Wiz mid, potentially, here. I guess that would be why he was trying to soften his pick as much as he did. Going to be going up against Warcarp on the DP.
Battle begins.
I don't know if he plays this guy.
Proper skux.
Hoodwink believes this is proper Skux, it seems. 2 for 2 on the runes. Nothing too exciting happens. Yeah, Muertes. Yeah, this is Los Muertes. The mac and cheese line, I'm gonna keep Rubik around this lane for a extra little bit of time. By the way, I will say this, speaking of the Necro DP matchup, I don't care about how the game's gonna go. At the very least, I do think the lane is going to favor Necro for the most part, nothing else. It's gonna be able to out-tank
They
her.
can't kill each other.
Yeah, they can't kill each other. But Necro's in a much better position to like pressure and farm. You know, DP can't just stand right next to the... Okay, what the hell happened there?
Solo kill.
No, that really doesn't explain anything, to be honest with you. I guess we gotta go back further than
Solo
that.
kill. Solo kill.
What on earth happened to this guy? He goes in, gets blood grenaded, and then he just dies. Okay, I mean, he just...
Solo kill.
Just dramatically overestimates his HP there, his tank ability, and Hollywood got first blood 3 times, as you can see on top there. Getting here with the gyrocopter.
Oh no, not again. Alright, he's fine.
This is a good first blood on the part of Team Hollywood. And I guess with that now being done, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. So, on Bladefury Burgers, pause 1, you've got Lambert on the Toadwink. Pause 2, you've got Wizard, captain of the team, on the Necro. Pause 3, you've got Ramanolo on the Sand King. Pause 4, DJ Curry Spice on the gyrocopter, who is going to be living this, okay. And pause 5, you've got Ghidra on the Oracle. Has that Cassiopeia sponsor. Who else has that? Does Esper have that, I think? I don't know. On the other side of the coin, on the mac and cheese lineup, pause 1, Godlike Matt on the Muerta. Pause 2, Warcarp on the Death Prophet. Pause 3, Majwani on the Abaddon. Pause 4, Turtles on the Rubik. And pause 5, captain of the team is Warticket. No, is Hollywood on the Lion.
Oh, Hollywood's not playing pause 4? That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I believe this is the case last time as well. It was Turtles pause 4 and Holly pause 5. Warcarp is challenging your perception that he can't be killed. He is going to get away with this, actually. He has boots and Necro doesn't. He is going to have to be very careful for a minute here. Not really going to be able to get anything that's not immediately under a tower, because he's one Necro Q and one auto attack away from death, more or less. Let's check out that happening. Well, that's slightly unfortunate.
Yeah.
Cassiopeia throwing Cassiopeia. Ghidra throwing out the blood grenade. Just to open up at least the opportunity to keep that flowing there. It doesn't look like it's happening. I'm very worried about Carp here. This is so precarious. I'm missing kills. Carp just walk 2 inches forward and die already, so I can stop looking at this lane. Hollywood just
Probably cool when we see it safe.
get a
Cool.
grenade. Like I said, he's
Like,
one.
Phil
He's one Q and one auto attack away from death. Until that happens, he just has to. Until that happens, he just has to awkwardly stand like this far away from the wave, which is like pretty bad.
You're pretty close to get that Q off.
Not that close.
Okay. Maybe.
Just barely gets enough HP back off of his siphon to survive that. And now we're back in the same exact boat again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gyrocopter trying to be pretty annoying here. We're into a decent degree. We're not exactly on the top of the net worth charts right now.
It's not even my birthday.
Abaddon gets the Curse of Vernisov. Hopeweek is in actually a lot of trouble here. He's going to go down. Oracle gets the Rubik in return. Is dead. Double kill in lane from Majwani. This is probably the best lane phase he's had in 2 seasons here so far. It's a pretty big one. Warcarp has by this point gotten all of his HP back. This lane is no longer interesting. He's starting to fall under the Necro though, and Warcarp fell to that awkward HP level. He was well above Necro on the last hits. Now he's only tied. He's also tied with Lambert.
Necro is getting killed.
Okay, what happened here?
Like, you saw that on the bottom of your screen, you still missed it.
Saw what on the bottom of the screen?
Necro's HP going down.
I didn't see that. I wasn't watching the bottom of the screen. He's gonna get tipped for it.
Keep...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Keep an eye on the top of the screen. And... Oh,
Christ
okay.
almighty!
Dire's middle tower is under
I killed these guys, that means I'm invincible.
Yeah, Majwani just stands in the middle of a lot of pain.
These guys are great at nuking you.
Yep. So one of the things that Ben struggles a little bit with is when you get the sudden, the exclamation mark type of moments. You know, suddenly suddenly all the crap falls on your heads at once. Not the best at dealing with it. Necro now level 6. Can try to kill the DP or can elect to leave. Those are somewhat reasonable. DP gonna try and do the same thing here again. Necro has the
Okay.
has the raindrops this time. DP. That's not gonna work, bro. DP forgot what hero he was laning against and got the return tip.
That's absolutely not what I expected.
And then Necro gets tipped by Lambert.
is under attack.
Really, it's kind of crazy that this team's pause 5 is at the top of the last hits chart right now. It's major disaster for Team Wizard that this was allowed to happen, I think. So the Dire tried to pull this wave and Sand King says, okay. That's slightly unfortunate. At least he didn't get that particular last hit. Guy like Matt is actually really low here. He's actually a very credible kill. They want him. I think Ramanolo is well, it's not iffy because every bit of damage this Lave has goes right through his ult. Unless he gets silenced.
Like this. And the Muerta, like level 6 power spike is pretty upsetting. Like he can kill almost any hero in the game, 1v1, unless he's constantly stunned. In that case, he couldn't be stunned because Burrow Strike was used.
Well, like I said, the big power spike from it is the fact that you're not getting hit by auto attack, right? And these guys don't auto attack. These guys just, you know, these guys just skill at you. Bad news for the Sand King is that it doesn't really matter if you just get feared into a horrible position and then get squashed.
Okay.
From downtown!
Absolutely
What a shot.
not what I expected.
Is it the shoes?
Get that shit out of here.
Turtle's going to also get hit by from downtown, but in a slightly what? How did that happen? Is that because he was not in vision? Yeah.
Yeah, he was bugged. That always looks funny when you're an observer, I guess. Just looks like hacks.
Turtles turned cheats on. SV cheats 1. Slade's is getting worse and worse for Ben as time goes on. Well, at least Hoodwink's aim is getting worse and worse.
Carp is here.
Yeah, Gankiato, but...
Not killing Lambert?
Meanwhile, Wizard is getting the kill at top on the Necro. Okay, Hoodwink in a really awkward spot. Gyrocopter intervening here.
They can't kill this guy.
It is pretty typical Hoodwink gameplay. Okay, they killed this guy, and they killed the
Finally,
gyro
then
too.
that was a disaster though.
And here's Ramen. Oh, well, the ult unfortunately missed a
it's
stun.
It's especially bad now. Don't die. You'll make this whole gank a terrible disaster.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, Sand King just barely within that stun, unfortunately, so nothing more is getting done here.
I don't know, I still feel like your pause one dying while 4 people take a million years to kill Hoodwink is a little questionable in its worthiness.
Yeah. Hey, they also killed the gyrocopter. And they lost Hollywood after a while. No, dude, why are you still down here? What do you think you're gonna do in this lane with no Exo?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, waste a lot of time in fairness.
Damage. Yeah, it works the other way too. 3 people wasting their time.
Dire's courier.
Oh, they got his courier. And he just randomly took out a
killed
support.
Oracle. So this is very worth. I guess that equals out then.
Con El Wombo Combo Perfecto. That's something Patrick said. You know, I don't remember the episode of SpongeBob where Patrick was speaking Spanish, but... You know, Abaddon got a double kill in this lane. You never think it looking at his net worth chart right now, which is a bit unfortunate.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Things just turned around against him pretty badly, and I guess it was not the easiest thing to farm after that. TP getting chased by a bunch of random garbage. As Carp Wizard says, okay, you wanna come stalk me up to talk? You wanna come stalk me up the top? That's fine, I'll just go somewhere else.
They're gonna stalk me up to Clocktown.
It's true. I'm gonna stalk you at the Clockwork. Who I believe lives in
Clocktown.
No, I think he's from TikTok Clock.
Oh, okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, I'm in a server where there's a very prestigious daily anime character feature. Every day there's a daily anime character. And one day, the daily anime character was star number 3, Get a Hand from TikTok Clock.
Wow. My favorite anime character.
Mine too.
Should be like Victor Kudo from the Ace Attorney anime or something.
I may have nominated TikTok Clock star number 3, Get a Hand for daily anime character that day.
Radiant's middle
Victor
tower is
Kudo
under
next,
attack.
thank you.
No, he's an actual anime character. Those never get chosen.
Under attack.
That's true.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Mert is at the top of the charts in net worth, but
They can't counter dwarf, unfortunate. Doesn't matter though.
yeah, I mean, Necro on an early push. So, we're just gonna get the tower eventually anyway. So it's coming out here. This is a very brave TP on the part of Necro. What?
Okay.
A weird new gyrocopter roll coming out here.
Oh, the epicenter.
Yeah, the epicenter comes out, but it stops short. It's very awkward. Rubik tries to steal, only gets a burrow strike, but nobody's gonna say that's too bad to get. False Promise comes out, does not actually save the Sand King. It stays deep in that fight, but doing no damage, basically. Rubik survived the scythe!
Why did he scythe Carp?
Great question. I think maybe Wizard thought that Rubik got Epi? I wanted to get rid of that? Hard to say. At least Toadwink's free farming during this. Still has that that Hand of Midas over the TP scroll slot. We're getting rather close to Maelstrom. Wizard sees an observer ward and still thinks it's his job to get rid of those. Some things never change. Batten loses half of his HP just to an acorn. Very fun hero to play into. Hits his Lotus and then almost turns around for the tower anyway. Up.
Okay.
It's not actually gonna kill him.
Where's my pension?
It's gonna kill him in a
I
certain
give
light.
up. I'm done.
Oh my god, no, not like this!
It's gonna kill his internet connection. There we go.
Dire are scanning.
I can't believe Majwani died. Gonna replace him with PVC, win finals again. I really thought that because of the pause we now had some kind of eternal ping situation, but luckily not the case. Luckily kinda wombo combo perfecto, which I guess Lambert just says whenever he's bored. 'Cause literally nothing happened to elicit that. SNK out, or KNS if you like, but I like SNK, they're a good company. SNK out on the Necro.
Radiant's middle
Which,
tower
I guess
is under
because
attack.
his Sand King is going for the Eternal Shroud. Not the Eternal Shroud,
Radiant's
the
middle tower has been denied.
Shiva's Guard. I don't know, I think I would have liked to see it more on the Necro here. For starters, you could have gotten it earlier. It's not the wrong decision by any means, but in fact, Sand King has got two different items queued up in front of it. Makes me wish it was on the Necro instead. I think most of all.
Yeah, any Capcom versus SNK players out there?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think so.
Dire's top tower
Probably
is
not.
under attack.
But it would be funny.
There was one of those games that they made where it was like actually there's two of those games they made because they made one for Capcom and made one for Marvel, where it was like it was definitely the crossover fighting game, but like they just didn't have a crossover. It was just Capcom versus Capcom. Capcom
Wow.
Civil War. There's also of course Marvel superheroes, much the same. I don't think those are particularly popular.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think Tier 2 towers are particularly popular. Oh, I don't think Muerta is either. This is a very cursed game for Muerta, as she really cannot resist that at all. Her whole team's gonna show up for this.
Okay, yeah.
Sand King's gonna think about ulting, decide not to. The Hoodwink is showing for this fight. Abaddon is broken. He didn't know he had to manually cast ult, so he died. Sand King ult is now out, is going to get rid of the Death Prophet. Rubik has turned his hacks on again.
What? Okay, what was the excuse that time? What happened?
He went out of vision for a second because of where that tree is.
Wow. That would be funny, actually.
That may genuinely have been what happened. Anyway, Lambert showed for that fight. I thought maybe that could have gone badly for him, but turns out he actually shows the perfect time, just immediately turns that fight and they just win it. They very nearly get the T2 tower top in response for losing their T2 bot. It's not quite the case. I thought maybe that they would give it a second go, but no such luck. My Sand King has a Wraith Band. Everybody's just buying those things these days, I guess. Necro picked up his shard here. Which in this game is a nice thing to have, but I don't think it's going to be particularly tide-turning by any degree. It is going to help that thing I was talking about earlier, you know. You can use that to dodge the DP silence, because it's not like not an immediate effect. It's not hit scan. So there's that. Sand King getting rather close to the Blink Dagger. Necro going right for phase boots. Not phase boots, going right for travels at this juncture, which is a bit interesting. I don't know if it's precisely what I would have done in this situation. Nobody else is getting them, so at least there's that. Oh, Lion has royal jelly. How nice. Blink Dagger's out. Death Prophet feels a little anemic at this point in the game. He's gonna lose about 400 health just to Necro looking at her. He gets that Reaper's Cast Scythe range at level 10. Actually got it at level 14.
20.
Yeah, they ran into a bad with a smoke
Oh,
egg. This is like
guy.
the last thing you would ever want to see in a smoke, I think. Gyrocopter says, nah, this guy ain't worth it. It's one big upside you get out of Abaddon. He's like one of the hardest smoke ganks in the entire game, unless you got a really good anti-Abaddon team. You know, as seen there, just they walk into him and their only response is to just look at him in disappointment. Like, god damn it, why couldn't you have been anybody else? They said. Abaddon, bringing out, I believe that's going to be the Echo Saber, yep. Bringing out the Echo Saber, which feels very behind at this point. It's kind of a question if Abaddon is going to do anything in this game at this rate. I don't think it's one of these heroes that you can afford to be this far behind on, unfortunately. Kind of understand why. I mean, I'll be fair enough to say that Horacle and the Hoodwink is, you know, there aren't many, like, outright unwinnable lanes for Abaddon, but that might be on the list. That, like, super sucks for him.
Dire's top tower
Cannot really deal with, like, all Oracle has to do is just wait out the Aphotic Shield, basically, and it's not like Abaddon can just choose not to do that. They're going to at least take advantage of his Curse of Revenge to try and do Roche here. Along with the Nexo. It's coming out very slowly. Roche is now a big frog. Well, he now has at least one animation on a replay.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
Immortality coming out for Muerta as Roshan slowly runs through the ground. The Radiant is going to get the second best possible prize, a Tormentor. Which,
Hell yeah.
you know, almost as good as an Aegis. Gets the Aghanim Shard out on the Oracle, which I've dubbed Purple Rain. Just not a bad thing to have against a DP, honestly. And certainly not a bad thing to have when you have a Necro on your team. Works very well with them.
My pension.
Especially going to be nice on any kind of push that happens, you know. Especially uphill, which is nice. You know, could help avert that uphill curse we've been seeing in a lot of these games. Necro are going to go for the heart next. Again, bit interesting. Muerta coming out with the Gleipnir here. Randy, it's crazy, but I think I'm just gonna say it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Just go Shiva's Dag in this game. This is the funniest outcome, and it's
Weird.
actually practical. Maybe get an E-Blade if you are made of money. Can legitimately 100 to 0 the Muerta, the BKB as an up, basically. It's kind of funny to hit her with the E-Blade when she's doing her ult anyway, so there's that. Rubik taking his own shard here. Getting that telekinesis.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures.
See,
are
Sand King's
fortified.
progress still hasn't really started on his eggs. And that's a really big shame of this, is like, this is such a good Shiva's game and it's coming out so slow. Which is why I've been hammering it so much on the Necro. I mean, very good anti-DP item, and that's like the only thing he really cares about at this point, I feel like.
Something
Smoke is gonna pop.
boiling over here.
Yeah, the Necro's actually just gonna get 100 to 0. He eats an entire smoke gank here and does not work out very well for him. Support line's next to fall. The Oracle actually dies in the fountain with false promise, which I hate to see.
Unfortunate.
The funny squirrel gets away, and the Sand King, I mean, wasn't even there to begin with, really, but it's quite rough. Great illustration of how dependent on the team they are.
Dire's bottom
Rather,
tower
dependent on the Necro this team is. Kind of the opposite of what I was trying to say there. Good illustration of how dependent on the team. On the Necro the team is. God damn it, I just can't say it right. The second Necro dies, the team immediately just folds like they're an excited new hire at the dry cleaners. Like, immediately get run over. Find it hard to even TP. TP going for a Pipe of Insight here, which is interesting. Honestly, you're like you're pause 2. You're a pause 2. You have a tanky pause 3 and a decently tanky pause 1. I think you'd be greedy here. Honestly, I think you could just be greedy and go straight for Eternal Shroud, which is a pretty good item in a match that looks like this. Like, very, very annoying for the Sand King, very annoying for the Necro, very annoying for the Gyrocopter, and none of them can deal with it particularly easily. See a lot more mileage. I mean, the Pipe does too, don't get me wrong, but Shroud gets you a lot more mileage, and centers it more around you, which, I mean, if you're a mid, you might as well be greedy, right? Ben has finished his Harpoon up at this point in his desperate quest for relevance. Wizard is getting caught here again. His team is much closer to him this time, but
Kill him out there, maybe?
yeah, both teams dispersed. Nobody actually wants to take a fight right now. Aegis is gone on the Muerta. I did not catch if it got popped or naturally expired. My gut tells me it expired. I don't think I've seen her in danger for quite a long time. Five-man smoke on the Radiant. Pointing directly to where they think Muerta is. Unfortunately, not quite. Not exactly who they want over there. Gyro's gonna run right into the Muerta, who is just gonna keep walking away. Yeah, they've kind of blown this smoke, unfortunately. Muerta's just in the wrong place at the right time, I guess. Whoop, Joy-Con drift! There we go. Game is slow to a crawl at this point. Oh, Rubik stole purple rain, nice.
Easy.
Game is kind of slow to a crawl at this point, as both sides have decided, I'd rather farm than take a fight right now. Which I think probably benefits the Radiant more than it does the Dire. The Dire has some pretty bad scaling issues. I mean, it's going to give time for a Batten to at least come on the board, and that's nice. But the Muerta, I mean, even for a Puzzle and Hoodwink, I don't think Muerta is going to outscale that, and there's just way too many very good answers to her in this game to be all that scared of her. Well, it's not really a great answer for the Hoodwink. Or is there even a particularly good answer for the Sand King, outside of just bluffing him with an Abaddon ult, I guess? Speaking of which, they're all just about to walk into him again. Dire is very good at staying at the exact opposite side of the map that Radiant is at all times. Or maybe it's the Radiant that's good at that. Hard to tell. Either way, these teams are very good at unintentionally not engaging on each other at all. Sand King going to be doing some creeps, getting rather close to his Ags, about just 600 gold away at this point.
Coin for me.
It's a very good Ags. One of the better ones in the game, arguably. 5-man smoke coming out for the Dire, going straight into territory that not only is there nobody in, they kind of know nobody's in until Lambert walks into this ward range. And this looks bad. Lots of TP's coming in. That was a big harpoon right there.
Okay, he's
With
alive.
the Oracle
He's still gonna
ult-
kill this Wink.
Yeah, with the Oracle ult, they really struggle to actually do anything about him. Warcarp loses a lot of his HP in the Burrow Strike. Gets a bunch of it back, though. Necro is bullying Rubik way up here. And almost not where you want him to be. He's going to take the Rubik for free, but he's just going to walk into 5 now. He's got his heart, but, I mean... Okay. The rest of the Dire actually died. Okay, let's turn back time a little bit. I want to see exactly how this happens. So we're just casually in the retreat. The Abaddon's going to get picked. We're to BKB TP, so now it's Carp versus the world. This is a bit unfortunate. Exo is still going. Nobody really wants to, like, actually kill this guy, but kill this guy is done. And you kind of see what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the Necro DP matchup, wherein if you get her with a lot of burst, and Necro is, despite all appearances, quite good at that. If you get her with a lot of burst, she can actually go down pretty quick. So he's going for Aghanim Scepter based build here. He's doing the worst thing in the world. He's got a lot of ways to amp his region up here. Coming out. Oracle sadly doesn't have Purple Rain right now. It'd really come in handy, but they're likely to get this anyway, so... I mean, just the net takes out the entire Aphotic Shield. Muerta going for Crystal this here. He's going for business as usual. What do you think, Randy? Is this a play?
Yeah, I mean, not much more to buy on the Zero.
Well, I was hoping for something interesting. Okay, how about the Hoodwink build? Anything to say about this? He's going for
I'm not an
Disperser.
expert on pause the one Hoodwink, I'll be honest with you.
Okay, well, give me your best guess.
I don't know, dude. Sure, buy Disperser.
There we go. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Look, I don't get paid to theorize pause one Hoodwink builds.
You don't? That's funny, I do.
No.
I have scanned out the Roche here. I don't know if they necessarily believe it, though. Because they saw the Necro there. But top, I think they're assuming they wouldn't do that without him. Or they're assuming they can't contest, which is an equally likely possibility. Either way, Roche is gonna go down. He's gonna take his sweet time to do so, mind you, but he's gonna go down here. Question of who gets the Aegis very swiftly answered as Lambert takes Aegis. Dire scans a second time and realizes that they have been... Randy, what's a good synonym for fooled?
I don't know, bamboozled? I don't think they were fooled though, I think they just didn't care.
They just didn't care, could be. They started like closing in on where the Necro was up here, though. which was an interesting thing to me. But yeah. How about a different synonym for
Yeah.
for?
Sorry, I don't get paid. I don't get paid to be at the source either. You gotta stick with bamboozled, you know. You can't ask for more.
Do you remember that movie with like the really terrible CGI that used to be incessantly advertised on Nick when we were kids?
Is under attack.
What? I don't know. I'm not a Nick watcher. Sorry, I'm a Cartoon Network lad.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, you know. There's like the Little Red Riding Hood, and there's like the Extreme Granny because it was really funny.
Bottom tower has
No. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, the sad thing is that everybody in this game is a crusty mid-30s guy going, "What are you talking about?" right now, so it doesn't matter anyway. Aggro's a little forward right now. Doesn't really matter. Oh my god, Carb just died instantly. Scythe comes out just to finish the job. Purple Rain is going to, wow.
Oh, he's
King's actually living this. Well, Rain is going to turn around a lot of the damage that that the Muerta does with their ult. Pretty much get rid of it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wiz, it's okay when he's not ulting, you can hit W. It dodges his autos, I promise. Oh, Hoodwink. Hoodwink is just like super dead looking here. Actually lived that. Holy crap.
Yes,
Lived that bad and not. It's true. Would have been a really bad looking place to lose the Aegis, so likely a double kill at that point. Matt is dead. Matt's dead, no buyback.
Triple kill for Wizard. He's
Yeah,
just
Death Prophet
slowing
coming
her.
back in. Death Prophet coming back in, but oh my god, look at him die! Wow! Okay, well this game looks pretty over. I shouldn't say that, it's gonna mean this game goes 70 minutes.
Bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Car presenting just to the tip, where his effigy gets destroyed. Awkwardly timed glyph for the Dire, as there's nothing really in front of the towers or hitting them right now.
Dire's middle
Rubik's
tower
gonna
is
get a
under
Dagon.
attack. Radiant's top
Rubik's got Dagon Phylactery, what the hell are you doing, Rubik? Turtles, calm down, my man. Oh my god. I got,
It's like when you buy in Lego
He...
winning stuff.
Nope. Instant replay. See that happen again. Okay, what the hell?
No,
Alright,
everything's all fucked up. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. How do we fix it? Oh, just pause and unpause. Okay. I just had to show the instant replay of Hollywood hitting Finger of Death on the Hoodwink who had the Oracle W on. Very sad.
middle tower has fallen.
Bad in getting tipped, and I'm not really sure why, to be honest with you. Maybe it's because he has somehow gotten less net worth than the Oracle. That's only barely less net worth than the Sand King or the DP, so it's not saying much. It's just two guys with any money in this game, basically. 2.5, I guess. Matt almost has money. Just one Acorn sent into the wild, just casually gets a kill on the,
Learned a valuable lesson that the smarter hero has no impact.
Lambert almost dies while typing BM and has to actually run away because he just got owned by the Muerta while he was in text chat.
The Mark hero's awful, dude. Zero impact hero. By the way, people dying going uphill. Very nice.
Well, Roman Holo died going uphill. Nobody else was that scared. But yeah.
A smidge can't hurt.
In fairness, I think a situation where the uphill lasts so long, the entirety of Dire is able to respawn naturally, and then they take one guy on the defense and come back is not unusual in Dota. I think that's kind of the expected result.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is all things considered a pretty slow, kind of poor pushing team.
Guess it's my shout.
And they're actually just grouping up to just go finish the job as it stands. They're not waiting for Roche again. They know what I like to see, at least. So Baden is fruitlessly... Baden is fruitlessly trying to finish up his Manta style here. Going to manually ult. I would be a little shocked if this saves him. Yeah, he's just gonna get completely destroyed.
Good advice, sir.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm so bored, says Lambert.
Yeah, this season.
Necro is getting the whole world called down on his head. But with so much tank, nothing is getting done. Ramanolo cuts the Death Prophet from the back. Pause 3s get traded. Oh my god! This shot of a lifetime! Hoodwink gets thrown and actually still lands the shot anyway. Weird how that doesn't interrupt that. DP going down here. Wizard is just chasing Matt just back home. He just wants a high five. Hollywood says, GG, we're going home. See, Randy, it wasn't a throw. Oh my god, he bought ticket! See, Randy, it wasn't a throw. It turns out that sometimes you can have the advantage and, like, just win.
Just run uphill, if you're up against the most useless pause 1 hero in the game.
My son, quote, are you gyro copter? Good question. Well, I think that was an awkward, why am I seeing that? I think that was a kind of an awkward affair on both teams' part. There's some awkward itemization and the occasional awkward play on Bladefury burgers. You know, you saw a few fingers slip, to say the least. Felt a lot more awkward on mac and cheese. The difference is that Bladefury burgers was using a stand-in and had somebody in a position they don't usually play. Mac and cheese was the regular 5 guys for mac and cheese. The majority of Baden did not work. Guy started off very well. Things were looking inspiring at the beginning. I don't know if the bad lane he was up against, but he did actually do pretty good in a bad lane. I don't know if the bad lane he was up against was just the thing that did it to him, but just did not feel like the guy did anything this game. He just kinda ignored everything and was ignored, or just kinda died in every fight, didn't ever really get any kind of item, had no money. I don't know. Maybe he does better in a Baden game, but I mean, I don't know. The Morta, though, was kind of a self-grief. Matt hasn't even played it that much, as you can clearly see. Carp has not played the DP much, as you can clearly see. I don't know what exactly this is about. Some kind of bizarre decision-making going on here. Hopefully we see some more bizarre decisions in the next game.